Now, I don't know if y'all are answering these questions. I know they're a little heavy. I know it's a little bit. Yo, is he trying to like, I need a theme song. As y'all can see, like, all I do is I create the thumbnail and I jump right into the video. I need this is Therapy Thursday. Welcome back to Therapy Thursday, y'all. This is another week, and always I like to start off by saying thank you so much for investing in yourself and pulling up. If you are actually doing the work, the energy that it takes to do the work, I don't doubt that you didn't fall asleep one of them nights last night, or it was cold sweats or something. I really appreciate you taking the time, you taking the effort, and you pulling up again this week, or pulling up again to check out this video so you could tune in. You could get some therapy for your Thursday. I just want to say I appreciate you, and it doesn't go unnoticed. I don't know who it's for. I don't know what it's for, but if you continue just tapping in, if you continue little by little, just chipping away, eventually you're gonna be there, and I think you know that as well, right? So thank you for answering the questions. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for choosing you. Thank you for choosing me. You could get the message from anywhere. And I know time is very valuable. So if you take the 30 minutes, the 15 minutes, the 10 minutes, whatever to tap in, if you're watching the shorts, thank you so much for contributing to what I'm trying to contribute to. I want this to be a community. I want us to help each other. So if you bring in life to it, I appreciate you, because it's going to help all of us. It's for all of us. I'm gonna be real. So whatever you want to do with it, treat it how you expect it to treat you. Thursday is really something. This week, if I'm being honest, it was pretty emotional, because there was a point where I got to in the week where I wasn't being completely honest with myself, and that made it so I wasn't honest with my wife. My wife did call me out, though, for sure. She's definitely one of those people for me. Give me 1 second, y'all. If y'all could take this time to get your pens, your papers, if you need to set up the proper note app or whatever, I think I'm good to go. Y'all good? This might be the third week that I've asked this, but I don't expect your answer to change. I don't want every week for it to be 3 different people. I want you to get familiar with the act of remembering them when you're doing these things that are important, when you're taking these steps to do the introspective work, to take the intentional time to change. I want you to think about those people that you're changing for, aside from yourself. I don't ever think that we're not enough, but I do think there comes a time when we get tired, when you feel like my vice is emotional eating, when you feel like you're about to go to the strip club, when you feel like you're about to drink, smoke, whatever the drug of your choice, cheat, gamble. We all have these things that we call vices, right? And whatever your vice is, whatever that thing you turn to cope with reality, that makes reality feel just a little bit more chill, just a little bit more, easy-go-lucky. I think sometimes we have to understand that those vices are, before we get into my topic of the week, what I'm talking about is gratification. We have instant gratification and we have delayed gratification. I would assume that we can all agree that we grew up on instant gratification and knowing how that works, and we want it now, and whatever we have to do to get it now, we make it happen. When we were babies, we cried. When we got older, some of us, we saw that tantrums work. When the tantrums didn't work, we saw that an attitude or a sentence. We figured out how to get what we want. So there's instant gratification and there's delayed gratification. But gratification itself is pleasure, especially when gained from the satisfaction of a desire, right? So instant gratification would be a desire that is satiated instantly, like right away. Delayed gratification, which is a desire that's long out. And I apologize for the sniffles. I got the sniffles, y'all. My fault. Shout out to New York. That's always there in the background. I know y'all don't. I probably never mentioned it. You see how we jump off of we wasn't talking nothing about that. It was nothing about that anyway. Let's get to it. Emotional eating. So for me, emotional eating is one of those things, one of those crumbs of instant gratification. As long as I can remember, the relationship that I had with food was food makes me feel better. So there's situations where I'm sad or I feel down or I'm happy and I want to celebrate. There was a new achievement, a new PR in life, right? And I wanted to celebrate with food. And what food did was it instantly satiated my desire to like the taste buds or even looking at it, because sometimes it's looking at a certain food and looking at the food is like what makes you want to eat it, and it don't even taste all that good sometimes, but you'll go back. When I figured out all of the things that I needed to know about myself, when I became aware of who, what, when, where, why I was or I currently am, the decision to get what I wanted or the clarity to see what I wanted that was so far out became so clear. And then I understood that those things that were instantly gratifying, like the food, for me, my vice is food. I don't want to talk it up because I've done the work to talk it down. You feel what I'm saying? But you come home. I'm talking about going to sleep, thinking about what I'm going to eat when I wake up, and not just what I'm going to eat when I wake up, but the snacks and the in-betweens and how much money is going towards. I've done a certain amount of work to talk it down, right? Or to understand my relationship with it, to understand why it is unhealthy. But when I understood that I wanted my body to look a certain way, when I became familiar with the idea of, oh, you're gonna be married, when I became familiar with the idea of, oh, you're gonna have kids, when I became familiar with the idea of walking my daughter down the aisle, it kind of took away the feel goodness of eating that food, that satiated desire that came from eating that food that looked so good. For me, it was sandwiches, my kryptonite. The feeling that came from eating that no longer did what it was supposed to do, because I understood what it was actually doing to me. I understood how my breathing was affected. I understood how my knees were affected. I understood how, like, my friends used to wonder if I was sleeping or if I was awake, because I was so big, like my eyes was kind of closed, and I still breathe a little heavy, but I've worked on it. I've worked on it. What I'm talking about is the instant gratification versus the delayed gratification, and how our instant gratification, those things are sometimes tied to our vices, and those vices can delay even more those things that we are already in wait for. Like, I'm already going to the gym, I'm already praying, I'm already eating the right way, right? So when I understand that I'm in wait because I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do, and it's gonna give me this outcome at the end. It's a delayed outcome, but I understand that I will get this outcome if I continue to do those things. One of the things that I'm doing is eating properly, eating healthily, eating on the right, like at the right times. What happens when I want some instant gratification because I got sad? What happens if I got that promotion and then I'm like, let's go out to eat? What happens when my heart gets broken and I forget about me? You understand what I'm saying? You can't forget. Hold on. You can't say I'm eating good because I know if I eat good, it's gonna give me this eventually, and then say I'm gonna eat bad because I feel a little upset. I'm an anarchist. I'm gonna burn it all down. You can, but I mean, come on. Then we have to understand that we're the person that's affecting our life, that's infecting our life. We're the sickness that comes with, with the vice. I think it's very important to understand where your vices get triggered from, so you can do the due diligence for yourself to be able to maneuver properly through those things that used to stop you, right? I mean, and if you can find a team, by all means, make sure that you have a team in place that is not full of cheerleaders, but full of people that'll coach you through the things that you need help with. You know what I mean? Like my wife, I'd been out the gym for 2 weeks at this point, right? I don't know if you know my story, but my wife, I said at one point, hey, you ain't going to the gym, we gonna have to cut that bill. So it's always a bad thing when I'm not in the gym. It's in alignment with my mental health, because we understand delayed gratification, and going to the gym goes with eating properly, and it'll get me what I want eventually, right? I hadn't been in the gym in 2 weeks, right? And what comes with not going to the gym is feeling like I'm eating something to say you have to go to the gym to correct it. But I had fallen into this old chaotic cycle of not thinking of myself or not taking care of myself the way that I was supposed to be taken care of. But boom, my wife, powerhouse. Yo, she comes up to me and she's like, yo, babe, you look the best you've ever looked in your life, you know that? She said, but your stomach is getting kind of big. I think you should go back to the gym. If you don't do it, who gonna do it for you, right? And if you've created a team to make sure that it get done, like there's something to that, right? So when my wife said that to me, it's a remembrance, because we talk about communication, and we talk about changing the way that you do things from how you used to do things. So when things start looking familiar to a old thing, when you got a teammate to be like, hey brother, like you worked really hard on removing yourself from that, what are you doing? So the instant gratification don't feel so instantly gratifying because of the you gotta pick those three. I know we went like this, I know we did all of that, but who are those three people, bro? Who are those three people that you won't go for? Who are the three people that no matter what, you can't fail? Because put yourself in there, fine. Make sure that you're one of the people that you fight for, fine. But those other two people that you've spoken to, that you've had conversations with, that you've made itty bitty little promises to, you know what happens to little promises? They become big dreams, right? Who are those three people that you talk to that need you to succeed? The three people that if you fail, if you give up, if you stop the grind, if you choose not to follow through, that it'll throw off their plans. Like it'll throw off everything they doing, because what they need is for you to succeed. They need you to follow through. They need you to achieve a thing so they could step on that thing, so they could achieve a thing, so they could add to the collective. Like think of that. Think of those people. I don't think it's supposed to hurt. And this is not my accountability meeting, right? So there are a lot of in-between steps. Acknowledging the vulnerability, the forgiveness, like to getting to this point, right, where we are thinking of other people. There's steps to getting there. Tap in with me. Let's work through all of it. I'm down. I'm with it. Let's work through all of it. But let's say you are there. Let's say you're one of the ones who has been the black sheep, who has had these conversations, who has worked through it. All right. So now that you've figured out you and you figured out how to stand alone, but you see that you need a team, right? Who are those people? Who's the home base? Who are they? Figure that out. Figure that out, because we're going to do something like that, right? Yeah, that was just the intro. I'm going to be real. That was just the intro. This is going to be 4 hours of some top shelf therapy. So gratification is pleasure, especially when gained from the satisfaction of a desire. So the desire of something tasting good is instant, but it goes directly against my desire for a certain body aesthetic, which would be gratification, just in a delayed manner. So that's what I was going over with, how my emotional eating is one of my vices that's tied to instant gratification, right? That goes, it directly, it contradicts what I'm working towards or what I have to do to obtain this thing that I'm lying in wait for, which is a body aesthetic, right? I have a vision of how I want to look. That's why I'm eating, sleeping, drinking, working out the way that I am, and my vices that they create a situation of disagreement. Like one way has to be right and the other way has to be wrong. One has to give. So I think that's the moment where you get to is like, what do you really want, right? For you to understand what you really want, I truly believe you have to understand what you're capable of. For you to understand what you're capable of, you have to be honest about where you're at. And that's the hard part. Acknowledgement, y'all. I'm telling you, who, what, when, where, why are you, and what you about to, like, what we about to do? What we about to, you want to stay there? So come on, you feel me? I have an issue with Therapy Thursday sometimes because I want to be softer, but when I'm talking about things as far as changing or going after the things, whether it be qualities, material aspects, whether it be tangibles or intangibles, going after those things that will improve your life. I don't think that it's a joking, man. I don't think that it's something that we're supposed to like chill on, right? So like I said, there's steps before we get to the point where we taking on other people and we taking care of other people. But after a while, you have to realize that is not just about you, right? So when we got those people that we thinking about, and then we understand where we are, whatever the case may be, and we have that end goal established. Let's say the end goal is I want to do 5 push-ups a day, right? And you can only do 3 push-ups a day right now, and 5 push-ups a day for 5 days out of 7, and you can only do 3 push-ups a day right now for 3 days out of the 7. The end spot where you are trying to end up at, that doesn't change. You have to change the work you put in, the practice hours, the effort of execution to be able to do 5 push-ups 5 days out of the 7 days. That is the difference. That is the thing that will make you're the thing, you're the diamond, you're the tool, you're the gem, you're the gold, the nugget, you're the piece of priceless information. You're the unique difference, the variable that makes everything work, that one nut pulls that has to be in the machine to make the machine. You're it. I think it's going to be hard, right? I think it's going to be hard, but once you believe, bro, and I understand it's going to take time, but once you believe, you're unstoppable, bro. You are unstoppable. Me personally, I found my way through God. I found my way to God through my wife. My wife wanted a relationship with God so bad, and I had been working on finding the church, and then now I get introduced to God again. And then my accountability meeting, one of the mentees, all he talked about was God this, God that, and be careful where you getting your word from. And it's just like, oh, he's talking to me. So I'm tapped in with a source of someone who loves me so much, someone who has made me a priority from the beginning. Before my mom knew that I was going to be a thing, he knew what plans, like he knew the plans that he had for me. He knew what I was going to get versus what he wasn't about to give me. You feel what I'm saying? So when I'm walking into the game with an understanding that I'm super duper blessed off rip just because, like I said last episode, bro, like there's some people that didn't wake up. You waking up, you being chosen just for that task, you get a chance to do it all over again. You get 24 more hours. If you get the whole 24. But you get a whole 24 hours to hit it again and try it again, bro. Like it's something to that. I'll be honest, like before when it was just me, I got tired and I went to sleep. I got hungry and I ate. I got withdrawals and I fell back into drug addiction. So like when it was just me and it was me alone, I didn't know how, nor did I care enough about me. You understand what I'm saying? When I started thinking about those people, I'm bringing it back to the three people, y'all. When I start thinking about my wife, when I start thinking about my little brother, when I start thinking about the kids that I don't have yet, and when I start thinking about why they need me to get up, why they need me to eat properly, why they need me to stay sober, right? There's a different energy attack. It's like we're all working together for me, for them. You understand what I'm saying? And when you get the machine working like that, it's different. It's different. When it was just me, bro, I got tired and I stopped. With the team, I can't. It's not just for me now. It's not just about me. I can't. I'm tired. Cool, bro. I was tired 3 weeks ago when you said that you needed somebody you needed me to hold it down. You needed somebody to have your back. I wanted to take a nap, but you wanted somebody on the phone when you was walking home from that spot where I told you not to go in the first place. But you tired. That's cool. What about the team? You feel what I'm saying? Like, find the team. Not a team of cheerleaders. It's cool. All that is dope. The cheerleaders is going to cheer you on what you're doing, on. Whether it be right or wrong. They for morale. You feel what I'm saying? Find yourself some coaches. Find yourself some accountability hounds. Find yourself some people who love a system. Find yourself some people who love rules and love you more. You understand what I'm saying? Like more than the rules, more than the system, more than the principle, right? And love yourself more. It's all gonna come together. This is, I think, week 4. You know what I'm saying? Week 3 or 4. It's all gonna come together. We will have more conversations. We'll get more in depth with this. The team is important. First and foremost, I don't wanna wait until episode 5,000 and then be like, yo, wait, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the team, you need a team. Like, the team is important. Or for it, yo, get a team. Find those people that you can count on. And if you can't count on them, it's probably because you got some things that you need to work on, because the people that you're attracting are people that you can't count on. So you probably can't count on yourself. So it's Thursday. I'm just saying. So I do have a couple of questions for y'all. A couple of questions I would like for y'all to tap in with and sift through it, see how it make you feel on this day versus that day, whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? Remember, snapshots. We just tapping in to see how we answer it now, and then 3 months later tapping again, see how you answer it then. It might change, it might not, but these are meant to make you go inside. I don't know what you gonna say. You be as transparent and as real as you want to be, because remember, you're not sharing this with me. You're not sharing it with my 2 viewers that faithfully come and watch. I love you, Mom. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not sharing it with anybody but yourself. So be real, be honest. You feel what I'm saying? What will you do differently from this moment on? And whatever that means to you, let it mean that. Answer that as surface level, as deep as you want to. But from this moment moving forward, what are you going to do differently? Question number 2. Why do those 3 people need you to follow through? Why do they need you to break that wall down? Why do they need you to level up? Right? Question number 3. What is your vice? And how can it delay you achieving your goals? What is your vice and how can it delay you achieving your goals? Yo, I feel like we've been here for 46,000 minutes already. You feel what I'm saying? I'm glad to see you. You've got to see me. I've gotten to see you. It's been a pleasure. I got homework to do. I got homework to do. And as you can see, I've probably reached my limit. I've said everything that I was supposed to say in the manner that I have written it down, because my brain goes like this, that, the third. So I gotta make sure it makes sense. And right now, I done said everything that was on the paper. So if I keep talking, it's gonna be, this is over here, that's over there, that's over there. I'm gonna understand it. I have like, you ever see a room and then the room is wild messy, and then your wife be like, oh babe, can you get me that bobby pin? And then like, which one? The pink one? And then it is underneath the couch and it's been there for 46,000 years, right? But you know where is that? That's how I talk. That I think it's already started. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was Therapy Thursday, bro.